Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m. It is October 19th. Market had a decent little sell-off yesterday. Rallied early, then sold off a little bit, rallied a little bit, and then you saw a late day sell-off. Okay, very interesting. Um, so you brought some longs to liquidate the positions, right? We were in balance. Now we kind of broke the balance low, and now it's time to see if there's continuation. Okay, that's important because this is just a test. All right, whenever you're in balance, the first move, if you break balance, is a test. Then you have to see if you get continuation. Then it's considered the move up or down. So that today you have to see if you get continuation or not. You got Powell is talking today at I think noon. Okay, so you might get some nice moves up to maybe 11, and then the market should die down, waiting for Powell. You might get like a little barcode looking like market, but who knows? This market's pretty volatile right now, so we will have to see. All right, without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the market, along with gamma exposure levels, supply and demand, and the most traded price of the rolling year, the month, and the week, and the previous day to find structure, right? I always want to see who's in control. And, with these tools, that's how I look at the market. Okay, price action, it's very hard to not get fooled by it, okay, because structure is really what you want to look at. All right, now if you enjoy my content, subscribe and set an alert. If you don't want to do that now, watch and see if you get any insightful information from me, okay? Also, give me a like if you like what you see. That would also help me out. You can also follow me on social media at X at Gonzo719. All right. Well, let's get right into the futures watch list and see what's going on here. Okay. All right, we got an elevated VIX. It's up 2.45%. It's at 1969. All right, we're almost at 20. Okay, pretty volatile. Bitcoin's up 1.2. Nasdaq's up 0.04. Nasdaq was up more than that before earlier. Okay, but the Nasdaq is pretty much up a little, slightly up the flat. 10-year yield reports at 820. That should rise. It's at 4.9. It's going towards 5. That's going to put pressure on these stocks, okay, especially tech stocks. All right, the Dow is down slightly. ES is down slightly. Dollar is down slightly. Gold is down 0.27. Russell down 0.28. Silver's down 0.43. Ether's down 0.45. Silver is down 0.45. Crude is taking a little breather, down 0.69. 30-year bonds still getting sold. Okay, those shorts are alive. All right, down 0.8. So 10-year yield should rise. Now, if that hits a 5% yield, that is really remarkable. All right, the 10-year. All right, and that should put extra pressure on stocks. Okay, so really have to see. That's where you might see people take profits there. We'll have to see. Okay, so let's move on here. Stocks I like to day trade and swing trade. All right, Netflix beat earnings, got record subscribers. We can get into it a little later. Monster earnings, up 13.72%. That stock was getting beaten down, and now it's a behemoth this morning. Okay, that was beaten down, and now price target raises, upgrades this morning. So they're looking to raise their prices, I think to $22, I think. So Netflix, pretty amazing there. And with the Hollywood strike going on. All right, Nvidia, all right, they're up 1%. Okay, Taiwan Semiconductors reported they beat revenue by a pretty wide margin from the estimated value, the estimated revenue. So that's getting sympathy with Nvidia and AMD. So AMD, Nvidia is up 1%, AMD's up 0.8%. They're getting sympathy plays from that news. Okay, that's pretty important. They make a lot of the parts for semiconductors. Amazon is looking at doing robotic drones for shipping. Some kind of robots for shipping should improve their shipping times. So that's Microsoft got a price target raised to 430. Okay, let's go to laggards. All right, Roblox slightly down, holding 30. I'm watching Roblox. I really like the way the chart's looking for Roblox. I just needed to hold 30. Not in anything yet. Okay, just on watch. Bob is down 2%. All right, Tesla. Tesla's gotten destroyed. Okay, they missed margin. They missed a lot of things. It's just, they said they have Cybertrucks ready and a million orders on pending, but it's just getting smoked. It was literally in a big tight wedge, and that wedge broke lower even in before the earnings came out. So that stock's down 6.58%. So that's got a ton of downgrade price target lowers. I don't need to go into that for Tesla. All right, moving on to the top sector stocks now. McDonald's got coverage initiated as a buy at a target of 287. Now you look at McDonald's, it's been hammered, destroyed. So that I might be interested in a nibble soon. Okay. Disney, okay, saying that they're going to show their sports programming revenue going forward. PepsiCo got an upgrade. Okay, so that's getting a little love. Now remember, these stocks with staples, PepsiCo, McDonald's is actually discretionary, but it's kind of a staple because you pretty much eat McDonald's. It's not looked at as a luxury item. So my theory, next year, I don't predict because no one can predict, but we could have possible recession. And you look at these defensive stocks; they've been getting beaten down. Now we could rotate into them if that happens next year. You just look at any kind of food or staple; it's been hammered. Okay, so when that gets hammered, no one wants to buy them, and then eventually people buy them, and then oh my god, I missed the move, right? So that's that. Let's get down to any laggards. We got Chevron, Exxon. Now Procter and Gamble actually got. It's interesting. They just beat earnings and they just got a downgrade, or not a downgrade, or a price cut. One of those. So it's down slightly. Okay. Moving on. Top sector. I mean sectors. All right. Communications is leading the pack with Netflix. All right. Semis with that TSM beat. All right, and they've been getting beat down the last two sessions. Okay, can they get some buying today? Right? Can they get some follow through? Technology is up 0.15. Okay, so very interesting. Market's a little mixed. All right. Now we have utilities, real estate, energy. The big one, discretionary. Discretionary with Tesla is down almost 1%. Okay, that is the big sector, one of the top four. It's number four in the largest sector. All right, that is down 1%. So that's going to weigh down the S&P. Okay, because XLK is up, not a lot, but it is up. Then you get healthcare. Healthcare is kind of flat, down slightly. Financials is only down slightly. So the three of them are not down that much, but you get in discretionary with Tesla. Okay, but then have Amazon's in discretionary. That's a positive. Home Depot right now is kind of flat. So that's the leaders there. All right, with to watch that. You might get a mixed market today with the Nasdaq. A lot of those stocks besides Tesla looking okay. Not great, but okay. All right. Strongest sector pre-market is, or our strongest index is the Q's, Nasdaq. That is the stronger sector. The weakest is the Russell. Okay. SPY and Dow actually flat. currently. All right, that goes into that. Now I got into a lot of news already, so I'm going to briefly cover some news. Okay. All right, so a couple things happened. Okay, we know about Tesla. Netflix I talked about. Philip Morris is down 0.4. American Airlines stock rose 1.1. Foot Locker fell 7% after Goldman Sachs downgraded the sportswear. Okay, that's some news there. Then we have here we have AT&T. AT&T is up 4.4% right now. It lifts annual free cash flow target, top subscriber additions estimates. Wireless carrier AT&T raised its annual free cash flow forecast, and its quarterly subscriber additions trounced estimates on the back of promotion and phone upgrades. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Okay, now let's look over here to the calendar. Now today we have Fed Powell speaking at 12 p.m. Okay, we have initial jobless claims coming out in 9 minutes. I wonder what that's going to look like. All right, we're looking at a 212 filing of initial jobless claims. Now, 212, all right, that's expected. 209 previous. Okay, what you want to see, okay, for any kind of bullish move on this, is you want to see this number hot. You want to see the initial jobless claims beat expectations. In a normal market, that would be bad, but bad is good right now. Okay, you want to see this labor market soften. All right, you want to see more jobless claims. That means the Fed won't have to cut. The Fed will have to not hike. Okay, so that's Fed Jefferson speaking at 9 a.m. Okay, now existing home sales is at 10 a.m. Now let's just look at this. If we got something at 10 a.m. Now look at the 10 a.m. 10 a.m. you got existing home sales, existing home sales. Okay, that could, I wouldn't really enter a trade around 10 a.m. Okay, not a smart entry time, right? Let that pass for about 5-10 minutes. Okay, all right, now let's look at this together with me. A little juice here. Let's see here. Now, I did see a couple political things this morning. Trump leads Biden in key states. Okay, right there. Let's see here. Anything to note? That's really all I wanted to cover there. Let's go here. Let's see if we got anything special here that I didn't cover. I think I probably covered all the major news that came out. Yeah, pretty much covered that. All right, let's move over to the daily charts. All right, so let's look at this daily chart together. We could zoom in from here, okay, to see what the market's been doing. So SPY in a range, boop, 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 boop. And what did we do yesterday? We broke this low, right? Now, you see I have a fib. All right. Now, this came down right to the 50% Fibonacci of this move up. Okay, as expected, people will look at the Fibonacci and this trend line, right? It hit that together. And where did it do? It bounced off of it and it got support at the 20 simple moving average. Okay. Now, like I said, in a balanced zone here. Okay. When you break the balance, okay, so it broke it, going down to here, then got bought. Okay. You need to see, that's the test. Okay. You need to see this continue to really be the move. Otherwise, if today we start to come back up, we're going to go to the other end of balance at 437 and test this again. That's how that works, because now you have shorts, shorts, shorts. They're going to cover, and that's going to push it back. That's going to push price back up. Okay, but the bond market is pretty crazy right now. And look at the 10-year yield. It is up 1.1%. It's up to 4.95. It's almost at 5% yield. Okay, that's going to put weight on the market, especially tech stocks. Okay, so we have to see now. So 430.44. That's where we are now. 430.44. All right, so we're getting some weakness here, and we're real close to the close of yesterday. So that means we're in the lower portion of yesterday's range, which is bearish. Okay, it could also mean it could look like a bear trap where people think we're going to fall out of bed. The 40, what is this, 4029, 4028, so 4029 basically is the 50% Fibonacci. That's really what you got to watch on the SPY. 4020, 429, okay? Really have to watch that. All right, so let's look at the Qs together. Okay, so the Qs. Now, it's been in a little downtrend. You can see it, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. All right, so we could even slap a little, well, yeah, we could slap a little trend line on it. Let's go down here. Oh, that's on the trend line. Let's slap a little trend line on it. All right, so that trend line's been resistant, 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 right? So you got a little downtrend going in the Qs. You broke this low and this low yesterday. And now, here's the big test, right? Here's the Fibonacci from this big move in the Qs. We have now touched the 61.8. Look how these Fibonacci's work. It's kind of crazy, right? So we pretty much touched 362 right at the 20-day simple moving average as well. And you got buyers showed up and people took profit. It's a 61.8. Now 61.8 Fibonacci is usually the last line of defense for a pullback. If you start closing below 61.8, that means that's a reversal and you're probably going to go 100% retracement. Okay, so that was defended yesterday, right? But we did close under the 9 EMA, the 100-day simple moving average, but you found support at the 20 simple moving average. All right, so 362 is the level to watch in the Qs. That is the level to watch. Okay. Now, where are we at now? 364 basically. So the Qs have gotten a little more love as I've been speaking, and jobless claims come out in about a little over a minute. Okay, we're about right here. We're almost at the midpoint of yesterday. Okay, so remember, you've had selling lower time. Your time. I forgot that word. Time framing. I forgot the word how to say it, but you've been having lower highs since this candle, right? In a downtrend. Okay, today you're at the midpoint of yesterday's range. That is not that bearish. It is, I wouldn't call it bullish, but it's not super bearish like the SPY. Okay, so something to watch. You had resistance at the 100-day moving average in this trend line yesterday. Okay, if you break this trend, I'm actually gonna put an alert on this. I'm set alert now on that. I just wanted to be alert when that breaks that trend. Okay, if it breaks the trend, I don't know if it will. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there. All right, that's what we're looking at there. Now, really quickly, okay, I want to get into top sectors. All right, let's just look at those together really quickly just to see the top 4 sectors. Now, where do I get that from? I'm going to really quickly show you this too. Now, I don't know. Let's see here. All right, let's bring that up. Boom. Let's take away this. Okay, so right in here is where I get the percentage. Right now, XLK is 27.5% of the S&P. Healthcare is 13.4, financials 12.8, consumer discretionary 10.7. Those are the top four sectors, right? Those are going to move the market, whatever they do. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's just see how they're shaping up, how they look. Okay, now the XLK is going to look like the Qs. All right, that's no. Um, okay, so let's just look at them together really quickly. Okay, now you can see XLK actually just hit an uptrend line. See how they're getting support here? Okay. Now look, remember, actually this looks a little different. Qs found support, actually hit the 20-day simple moving average. Look at that. The XLK is a little stronger than the Qs. Very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Has the downtrend, right? But a little stronger, okay? I'm not saying it's strong. I'm just saying it looks a little stronger. All right, now let's look at healthcare. Now, healthcare was having a nice move up, came back, made a double top right here at the 200-day moving average, right? Had a little bit of a selling day yesterday, right? Hit a trend line here. Okay, so that got caught at the 20. So this is looking a little weak, right? Look at that, took out these 2 days. So now that's two weakness with the top two. Now let's look at the third, financials. All right, so financials was beaten down. Then it made a move, broke the downtrend, right? Pushed up to the 200-day moving average right here. Right here, 100-day moving average, 50-day. Sold off. And then we had selling yesterday, right? So that's three that don't look great. All right. And then the next one is discretionary. Now, discretionary was in here, broke out of that level right here, broke out. Okay. And now with Tesla, right? 200-day moving average 155. It's coming back down. Could possibly, right now, pre-market, it's 157. It's going to test this support level here, 156. If this breaks, I mean, you got the 200-day moving average, you got last month's lows here. That's a big level. I would think you kind of probably find some buying there. Okay, so right now, if you look at the top four sectors, SPY does not look very good. The top four sectors. So you have them all on the same kind of map, but you have this one coming to a major support. All right. All right, let's just really quickly go into the triple-headed monster here that I love to look at. So, 10-year yield. Jesus, look at this 10-year. My God. So, gap up again, but see, now we're getting a little bit of, it's coming off a little bit. But look, gap up again. So this just right here pulled back, and now it's launching. This is gonna be a heavy weight on tech stocks. Okay. VIX is 19.3. Look at this. So we came up. This is when the rally happened. Okay, VIX came down. Now boom, boom, boom. Weakness. Reached over 20 yesterday. That's some fear. A month out of fear. Okay, and we got the dollar in between this range that I've talked about. Here's the range. We got 106.74 as resistance, 105.88 support. We're inside this range. Where are we going to go? I don't know. Dollar's getting some weakness as we speak. Opened here, came up, and now it's pushing back down. Dollar is down today, 0.19. Not a lot. Just keep an eye on it. Okay, now let's get to structure. That was the triple-headed monster. And now we're going to go to structure. Okay. Let's go to structure. Oh, I forgot, guys. Jobless claims came out. Let's just check on those real quick. Let's see here. Let's go to the impacts. Oh, Jesus. They came under. I don't know. The markets usually shouldn't like that. They came not way under, but 198. Interesting. 198. So, okay. That usually should be a little bearish for the market. But right now I noticed that the ES and NQ are positive. So we'll just keep that. It's not a huge, huge, but we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, now let's look at structure together. All right. So in this profile, you have excess at the top, large value area here. That's the value area is right there. And now we have our excess to the bottom, right? Still more area. The value area is up here. Okay. Now the most traded price of the month and the week have shifted to 43.70. Okay. Price is below that. It's right here. So that's bearish, but the market is starting to move up. Big, nice buying excess here on the overnight. Okay. Okay, so I said you need a continuation, right? Well, right now we're at the close in the futures. This is monthly VWAP right here at 43.42. We're back above it. Okay. Like I said, if we come from here and go down and break the balance and you don't get the continuation, you're going to do this. You're going to go back up to the top of the range. And it could propel it higher. Don't know if that happens. That's just how it works. Okay? Because why? Shorts are in this market to this move. Okay? If they start to get pushed on their shorts, they're going to take profit and cover. And you're going to get a move back. That's why that happens. Okay? Now, let's look at this. Yesterday's highs, yesterday's lows. All right? Overnight highs are right at them now. Okay? So, inventory was, look at this, 100% net short. 100% net short. And now, everybody who was short is about to cover. If they have stops here, it's going to run. Okay? If we open this market, anybody who was short a stock is going to have to cover. Okay? This just took out the supply zone as well. Okay, so market's resilient, right? All right. So let's get into some scenarios. I'm going to have to make this briefer than usual with the sectors that I talked about. All right. So we're taking out the supply, hold the monthly VWAP. Okay. We're inside of yesterday's range. Okay. There is a spike down here. If you hold down to the spike, it's bearish. If you go above the spike, all right, sellers are not as strong. All right. Let's see if you get a quick push. All right. All right. So okay. All right. Let's get into this. All right. So if we're going to make a bullish case, okay, you got excess here. Usually, though, an overnight low is not secure. An overnight low usually is not the low. But I have to go with what price is doing right now. Okay. So what you want to see is this supply got taken out now. So what you want to see the market do is push up into range and see if it can hold. This is also the 20-day simple moving average on the futures in monthly VWAP. So you want to see it hold here. And then you're going to see if you can get that push back up into this big level now, 43.70, with supply is also around this. All right. If you take this supply out, hold this level, we're going back to the other side of balance. Okay. Now, as far as bearish scenario, okay, this is also the midpoint, 43.62 is the 50% Fibonacci of yesterday's move. Happens to be right there. Okay, see, we're pushing up here. Okay, remember the spike. It's right here. You go in to the range, sellers are going to be put on their heels. Okay, so bearish wise, you'd want to see some failure in here. Any failure in this area, you want to see failure, lower high, then guess what? These longs will get taken care of. You'll take out yesterday's lows and you'll start making your way down to this demand zone. Okay, that's what I see in the ES. Okay, but you have to see we're at the top of the range. If you get failure here, a push up and a fake out, you could go lower. Okay, let's look at the Qs. That was ES scenario. Now let's move over to the NASDAQ. All right, I have to make this briefer than I want. Let's make this smaller so we can see together. Okay, we're going to look at structure. So this has actually a bullish imbalance in the profile. Okay, what does that mean? You have excess at the bottom. Okay, distribution, 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 and then you don't have excess at the top. That just means that this is an incomplete profile to the top. Okay, why is that? Because you have this resistance here that has not been broken. That's why. Okay, now we have the most traded price of the month is 14870. That's down here. Okay, that's the last line of defense. Most traded price of the week has moved lower to here. Price is here or below it. Okay, let's look at the relationship of yesterday's range to today. Over yesterday's high, yesterday's low, overnight low. Look at that big excess. That's pretty big buying excess. Okay, all right, that means that it couldn't go lower. That's what the market's telling us. Okay, that's what the market's telling us. All right, so this is the overnight high. Price is here. We were also 100% net short. That is not an edge anymore. Overnight shorts have been taken care of already. Okay, we have a demand zone here. Okay, so what am I looking at? 50% Fibonacci is 151.02. That lines up with the most traded price of the week. Okay, that's an area, that's the line in the sand really. You get above this level, you can start to making your way up. Okay, if you reject, we could fall back down. Okay, so let's get into those scenarios together. Okay, so here's the spike. Boop. Price is here, right? You start to creep in. Sellers are showing not a lot of strength. Okay, so a couple things here. We could also, this is a bullish scenario. Number one, push up, hold this level, hold it. Even if we do this and hold it, could possibly make a move up. Okay, second one, move up, fall into demand, hold, then that makes us either come here and make a move. Okay, on the bullish, on this the bearish side. Okay, now we have liquidity from down here. That's long. Okay, this is long now. Overnight is long from there. Okay, where's the point? Here's the 50% Fibonacci. Here's a supply zone with the most traded price of the week, along with the 50-day moving average and 9 EMA daily on the futures chart. Okay, you come into here, you hit supply, and you fall under this level. Well, you could take out all this overnight long liquidity and test this demand zone. If you break this demand zone, you got single prints and you got the most traded price of the month right here. Okay, that's the scenarios for today. Okay, hope you guys, that made sense. All right, that is going to be it for me today. All right, subscribe, set an alert if you haven't already. All right, give me a like if you haven't. If you like what you saw, okay, follow me on X at Gonzo719. That's the plan. 10 a.m. stay away. Powell at 12 p.m. Everybody have a good day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.